we are going to use this relation E is equal to minus del V. Okay, so how we are going to use this one in the sense, so first you should know about what is dipole. Dipole is nothing but the definition for dipole is two equal and opposite charges. So two equal in the sense, if charge 1 is 10 coulomb, in the sense charge 2 is also 10 coulomb. Okay, if charge 1 is going to be 5 coulomb, in the sense charge 2 is also 5 coulomb, but both are opposite charges. Okay, the charge at Q1 is nothing but 5 coulomb, but it is positive charge. The charge at the second point is going to be 5 coulomb, it is negative charge. Two equal and opposite charges separated by a small distance, we call that one as a dipole. So this is, we consider this is going to be Q1 and this is going to be Q2. Okay, so this is positive charge and this is going to be negative charge. The both of the things are being separated by a small distance called L. Okay, so the small distance is nothing but L. So how we are going to see this one in the sense, suppose you all might have played with the help of magnet. So what happens in the sense, when we keep north and north poles, it will repel. When we keep north south pole, it will attract. Okay, up to a particular point, either the attraction or repulsion will not happen. Okay, we are going to keep that one as a small distance L. Okay, at this point there is no attraction or repulsion is going to happen. Okay, when we move a slight deviation in length, okay, towards magnet 1 with respect to magnet 2, so the attraction or repulsion will occur. Okay, so a small distance which is going to oppose the attraction or repulsion force is going to be there represented as L. Okay, so here I'm going to take this particular point P. Okay, because usually we will absorb from a particular point. Okay, in order to, here also we are going to find out the electric field intensity. Okay, here we are going to find out V, and we are going to similarly from potential we are going to find out the electric field intensity. Usually we won't use this concept to find out your electric field intensity. We will use electric field equation E is equal to Q divided by 4 pi epsilon R square. From that we will derive it. But we are using potential, we are going to derive it. Okay, how we are going to derive it in the sense, we know a relation E is equal to minus del V. Based on this particular equation, we are going to derive it. If you know V, then we can easily find out your electric field intensity. If you know potential of your dipole, then we can able to find out the electric field intensity. So here, what I'm going to do in the sense, I'm going to join from point Q1 charges to the point P. Then similarly, okay, and the distance from point P to Q1 is represented as R1. The distance from point P to Q2 is represented as R2. Okay, and I'm going to take a midpoint in this one. I'm going to take a midpoint in this one. I'm going to join with respect to P. Okay, and this is the entire length between the two opposite charges are going to be Q1 and Q2, and this length is going to be L. So if we are taking a midpoint in the sense, what will be this distance? What will be this distance? The entire distance is L.
L by 2.
L by 2. Similarly here, it is also L by 2. You should remember this one. Now this is R1 and this is R2. So now I'm going to draw a perpendicular line. Okay, now I'm going to draw a perpendicular line. So if this is R1, okay, this is R1. Up to this, we are going to have R1. From this point to point P to this one, it is R1. What will be this distance?
R2 minus R1.
Yeah, R2 minus R1. So from the diagram only we are going to get all those data. Similarly, what we did for electric field derivation, we are going to derive. So you can find out that we know that the distance between Q1 and Q2 is going to be L. Okay, and we are going to take a midpoint, and the first half of the distance is going to be L by 2. Another half is going to be L by 2. Okay, and I'm going to draw a perpendicular line. Okay, that is going to be represented as a perpendicular line, and from this point P to this particular perpendicular line, it is going to be represented as R. So the remaining distance is R2 minus R. So this is entire length is R2. Up to this is going to be R1. So in order to find this difference, it is going to be R2 minus R1. So we can able to find out easily from this diagram. Now I will remove all those things. The same thing is represented here. You can find out all the data, and I'm going to name this point. Okay, this perpendicular line is going to be C, and I'm going to name it as A, and this is going to be B. Okay, and I've redrawn this triangle here, so you can find out this. Okay, from A to C, okay, we are not going to have any value over here, but from A to B, the entire length is going to be L. Okay, so A to B is going to be, this is the point called B. Okay, so this is L. From C to B, it is going to be R2 minus R1. C to B, it is R2 minus 1. We don't know this one. We don't require that one for solvation. So that's one. Then one more important parameter in the sense that angle in this between your A to B and C to B is going to be represented as theta. So that is what is represented. Here I'm going to consider this is going to be theta. So these are the parameters that we are obtained from the diagram. Okay, now we are going to solve it directly. Now from the equation of potential, here potential in the sense we are going to take it as an absolute potential only. Okay, so first we are going to find the potential. Individually we will find the potential for the charges, then we will apply for the this is for charge 1 and this is for charge 2. We consider like this. Individually we apply for the charge 1 and charge 2, then we will add both of these. Okay, that is what we are going to do it. So the total potential is nothing but Vt is equal to V1 plus V2. So this is what your total potential. So first, what is going to be the potential equation in the sense we are going to take the absolute potential. What is the absolute potential equation in the sense V is equal to Q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught R. So this is what your absolute potential. Now if you apply for charge Q1, so charge Q1 is nothing but positive charge. So positive charge is nothing but Q. Okay. So if you substitute, and the distance between point P to Q is nothing but R1. So now if you substitute both the parameter in this equation, we get something called, so it is for Q1 charge. So I am representing it as a V1. It is nothing but Q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught R1. So this is what your V1. What will be your V2? Can anyone tell me? What will be your V2? Because when you come to when you come to, in order to find V2, this is for the second charge, that is going to be Q2. So my second charge is nothing but a negative charge Q, and the distance from point P to that Q2 is nothing but R2. So what will be your potential V2?
Minus Q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught into R.
Yeah, minus Q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught, then it's going to be R2. Now, how will you find out the total potential?
By adding V1.
By adding V1 and V2. So do that one. So this is what V1 plus V2. So we know that V is equal to V total is equal to V1, that is nothing but Q divided by 4 pi. Just a minute. I'm unable to write. Just 4 pi epsilon naught R1 minus Q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught R2. So now take common term. So if you take common term, what will be the final expression? V total is equal to Q is common, then 4 pi is epsilon naught is common. Okay. Now we got something called 1 divided by R1 minus 1 divided by R2. So this is what your potential, okay, between two dipoles. Similarly, we can simplify further. Okay, we can simplify this one further. So how am I going to simplify this? I will remove this one. So V is equal to, V total is equal to, so Q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught is constant. So on taking LCM, you will get something called R1, R2 minus R1. Okay, we will get this one now. Okay, we'll get this one. Now go to this triangle. Now we require this triangle. Now find cos theta. What is the cos theta for this one? Cos theta is nothing but BC by AB.
AB.
Okay, BC by AB. So what is your BC?
R2 minus R1.
R2 minus R1. What is your AB?
L.
L. From this one, we could be able to find out R2 minus R1. So what is your R2 minus R1? R2 minus R1 is equal to L cos theta. Substitute for R2 minus R1 in this equation, in the VT expression. So what will be your expression? VT is equal to Q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught into
L cos theta divided by
R1
R2.
R2. R1 R2. Okay. So could you able to understand what I'm saying? Any doubts till now? Now we found out the potential. So this is what they have done. So cos theta. So they have found out R, that is BC by AB, we get it. So it is R2 minus R1 divided by L. So on bringing this L to other side, R2 minus R1 is equal to L cos theta. Okay. So on substituting your R2 minus R1, we will getting R2 minus R1 can be replaced with respect to L cos theta. So this is what the potential equation for between two dipoles. Okay. Suppose if this distance is going to be considered to be very small, okay, very small in the sense you know that the attraction and repulsion can be prevented up to a small distance only. Beyond that, whatever may be the force of force that is going to stop, okay, it will either attract or it will repel. Okay, the distance will be very minimum. Okay, so I'm going to consider R2 is equal to R1 is equal to R. So what will be your final expression on substituting your R2, R1 is equal to R. So when you substitute R1 as R, R2 as R, so it is nothing but V divided by Q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught L cos theta divided by R square. Okay, when we consider the distance between Q1 and Q2 is going to be very small. Okay, so in that case, we are considering both are considered to be R. So we are getting this expression. This is for your potential. Okay, this is for the potential of your dipole. Now we need to find out the electric field intensity. How will we find out the electric field intensity? In the sense, with the help of the equation. So E is equal to minus del V. This is what your potential equation. Now just tell me, what is your V? V is nothing but I can write it directly. QL cos theta divided by 4 pi epsilon naught R square. Now tell me, your potential is reflected in which coordinate system? Or your potential is representing which coordinate system? Anyone from the class?
Cylindrical.
Cylindrical, how, ma'am? So your cylindrical is nothing but rho phi z. But your Cartesian is x, y, z. Here we got theta. So it is
spherical.
R, phi, and theta. So we have to look at the equation very carefully. Here we have to use spherical coordinate system, not cylindrical. Okay. So now you know all those things. Now I'm going to expand for del V. Okay, that is what I have represented here. So del V can be represented as, how we are going to represent this del V in the sense, in terms of your spherical coordinate system. You can refer the spherical coordinate system for del V in your previous notes. So dou V by dou R AR vector. So this is R. I have to show the difference between R and V. So plus 1 by R. Why R is included with respect to theta in the sense, because the angle theta is formed with respect to R. Okay. So dou V by dou theta A theta plus 1 by R sin theta, 1 by R sin theta dou v by dou phi a phi vector. Okay, so now we know what is your v. Okay, now solve individually for AR, a d phi, d theta, and d phi. Then you will get your electric field intensity. Okay, we will solve individually. We'll remove this one. So this is what your spherical coordinates equation. That is what I have written. So now I am going to take first dv dou v by dou r into AR. Okay, AR is nothing but direction. If you first differentiate it, then you can substitute your AR here. So I am going to solve first for dou v by dou r. So we know that this is what v. Now on substituting, dou by dou r is going to be the differentiation. Then I'm substituting for v. That's nothing but ql cos theta divided by 4 pi epsilon naught r square. So only differentiable term is going to be r square. The remaining things are constant. So it is we can bring all the terms outside. QL cos theta is nothing but constant divided by 4 pi epsilon naught is also constant. Okay, so the differentiable term is going to be dou by dou r into 1 by r square. So what is the differentiation of 1 by r square? What is the differentiation of 1 by r square? So it is minus, what is the differentiation of minus 1 by r square? Minus 2
by r cube.
By r cube. Yeah, 1 by r cube. Okay, so this is what the differentiation. Now what will be the final expression for this one? I will remove this one. So I need space. So final expression is nothing but QL cos theta minus 2 is there now. So minus already one minus is outside. So okay, I will write it minus 2 as it is. Minus 2 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught r cube will be there. So this is what your dou v by dou r explanation. Okay, so this is what we have derived. Okay, into AR vector. So that AR will be there. Okay, next we'll go for the next term. Next term is with respect to theta. Okay, so here when I look at this equation, so I will write directly dou by dou theta into 1 by r is there. Okay, this 1 by r. So we have to do this one. So 1 by r is going to be there. So here I'm substituting v. QL cos theta will be there divided by 4 pi epsilon naught r square is going to be there. So QL divided by 4 pi epsilon naught r square is going to be the constant. Cos theta is only differentiable. All other terms have to be bring out. Okay, so QL divided by 4 pi epsilon naught r cube is going to be the constant on differentiation of cos theta. So dou by dou theta into cos theta. What is the differentiation of cos theta?
Minus 90.
Minus sin theta. So it is going to be minus QL. I'm writing it directly. Sin theta divided by 4 pi epsilon naught r cube will be the final answer. Okay, so I have written it. I have written the same thing, so you can find out this here. Okay, finally with respect to phi. Okay, we can write directly whether in this v there is any term with respect to phi.
No, sir.
Okay, so if you differentiate a constant, what will be the answer?
0.
0. So that is what I have written directly. So final expression, when we multiply, don't forget this minus sign. Usually students will forget this minus sign. Already here we have minus, here also we have minus. Minus will become plus. So QL cos theta divided by 2 pi epsilon naught r cube AR vector QL sin theta divided by 4 pi epsilon naught r cube is going to be f a theta vector. So from these two equations, take the common term. What are the common term in the sense? QL divided by 4 pi epsilon naught r cube is common. The left out is going to be 2. Here I left out the 2, this 2. Okay. So I have to represent this 2. So remember that one. 2 cos theta plus sin theta. 2 cos theta AR vector, sin theta A theta vector. So this to be written. Final expression of your electric field is QL 4 pi epsilon naught R cube into 2 cos theta AR vector plus sin theta A theta vector.